VUCA World. So are we living in VUCA world? So what does the word VUCA mean? That is volatile, uncertain, complex and ambiguous. So do you think we are living in a VUCA world which is volatile, uncertain, complex, ambiguous? Interestingly, VUCA world was coined post World War II and provided a framework with which to analyze strategy leadership in rapidly changing world. So World War II, that is more than 50 years back. I mean, if you think about the world, it was though there was World War, but it was if you think with the present day, it was much more predictable those days. That is what I would say. I mean, changes were happening, but it was pretty slow. Like, say, for example, after electricity came, it took time for radios, and after radios coming in, you had televisions, and then came electronics, all in a time frame of maybe 10 to 20 years. So this product cycle or any technology cycle was supposed to happen in 10 to 20 years, but now the time is getting shorter and shorter. It is 10 years, 5 years, now probably every 3 years you are changing mobiles because the features you have with better features. So definitely the current period of time is much more a VUCA world, that is volatile, uncertain, complex, ambiguous. It is much more compared to 50 years before. So let's look at each of the terms. Volatile means velocity, volume, magnitude of change. As I said, technology changes is so very fast and so very thick. The technology itself gets changed. Take for example photography. We moved from regular Kodak based photofilm technology to an um, electronic photography or digital photography. So velocity, volume and magnitude of change is quick and fast. So that is volatile. Then uncertain. Uncertainty means lack of predictability. Our outcome could be daisy. It can go whichever way. I mean, it all depends on multiple factors. So for leaders, the ability to anticipate change is becoming harder as historical information, past experience are losing relevance. This is an important statement. Past experience or historical informations may not be sufficient to predict the outcome. So that is uncertain. Then you have the others as well. Complex. How things are related becomes unclear. It's not, when you know it is dependent on each other, you can at least derive out what can happen. But if they are independent in nature, it's quite complex to determine. Two examples. Think about pandemic which happened 2 years. In 2020 and 21. Still we are not out of it. Pandemic, lockdowns, we never heard in the last 50 years. But now lockdown has been common the last couple of years, and so many business were impacted because of that. Lockdown, wars, at least war between Ukraine and Russia is happening. So many dependencies, interdependencies, challenges are happening. At least in case of war, we had similar kind of an issue earlier also with wars, but the nature's fury like pandemic, which was a global phenomenon. It's not like earthquake or flooding, which could be a regional one. Pandemic, it affected the entire world. So it's all unclear how the business will evolve as such. So complex, ambiguous, meaning what direction one should take. That is also unclear. So for an organization or for a corporate, we continue to live in a VUCA world. So how do we what are the ways of, and that is what is VUCA leadership. VUCA leadership is the ability to shift and respond to changes in business environment with corresponding action that is focused to be quick and agile. So that is what is all the leadership is all about in VUCA world. And as per Satya Nadella, the role of leadership today is to bring clarity in uncertain times. The more uncertain things are, the more leadership is required. There's no job description for what you are facing, no rule book. Today's leader need to thrive in face of this uncertainty. So leadership plays an important role in a VUCA world. So if you look at it, there are leading skills as well. 6 leading skills. One is, of course, vision, preparedness, decision making, customer focus, flexibility, and adaptability, changes. So one other thing, if you look at the pandemic, remote working, you be at anywhere, any location, particularly in management, IT sector, finance. So people initially think about prior 2020. You need to be in office in a particular location, maybe city or a country, to carry out the work. So that demarcation is becoming, people are doing away with that demarcation, and you can work from anywhere, anytime, as long as you get the result. So initially the flexibility was not seen at all. The flexibility, adaptability was not seen. The pandemic drove that, and now people are adopting to that strategy of flexibility and adaptability. So finally, this just a thought, maybe you can contemplate with yourself, is digital transformation, is it the answer for the VUCA world? So I leave it with that. Probably you can think through and have your answers. Thank you.